Hey everyone, welcome to the second episode of our series Unprofitable to Profitable, where I'm trying to make my way to profitability. Today is 2nd of July and I took a trade. I'm already done with the trading session. I'm recording after. I didn't record it live today for a few reasons, which I'll let you know. So I'm not proud of what I did today. I took a dumb trade, a dumb mistake. There were a lot of confluences stacked against me, and I went on and took the trade and took a loss. Of course, I want to keep it raw and real and want to show each and every loss, each and every profit, and what it actually takes to be a trader and how the journey actually looks like. Of course, you're going to make dumb mistakes, and I'm going to make dumb mistakes at some point in our trading career. But those are the points which actually help us to become a better trader. Now, I'm not at all proud of the trade that I took today or how I played it out, and I will first show you the trade, and I will see you on the charts, and then I will explain you what was wrong. Thanks for meeting me on the charts. I will just break down what happened today exactly and what I was looking at actually. And if I just go on the hourly time frame right here, we were actually reacting off of this bullish area. Like I think this was, yeah, that was a 4 hour, and there were multiple 1 hour fair value gaps there. And we swept the London low and we basically manipulated. So this was the accumulation in Asia. We manipulated it and we were distributing to the upside. And I was expecting a continuation in the NY session. And when the market opened, we were here. And at this point, we had this 15 minute. And I was looking at this 15 minute and I was like, wow, this looks amazing. We can just go and rip up to the highs because we have all of this low resistance liquidity above. So what I wanted to see was a reaction of this area. But what actually happened, the market closed below the fair value gap. And then I went on the hourly chart and I saw this small hourly fair value gap from where we just started to reject. Looking at that area and the rejection, I was like, I just want to go and long this out of the hourly. Then I went on the 3 minute chart and we had these two gaps. So gap number one was here and gap number two was here. And I told myself that if we inverse gap number one, I will or I might take a trade fair value gap on the 5 minutes. So the highest time frame fair value gap right now is 5 minutes. So ideally, we have to wait for a 5 minute fair value gap to inverse. But what happened at that point of time? I just rushed into the trade here. I took an entry. I kept the stop loss at the body. We can see the next candle just hit our stop loss right away. I shouldn't have entered the trade, and I will explain to you in detail what happened and why did I take the trade. So right after I took the dumb trade, I realized that we hit our SL and I was done because I maximum take 1% loss in a single day. I made a loss of $75 and I was like, I cannot take another trade just risking $25. It doesn't make any sense. I want to tell you what the market did. It hits my SL and it gives this entry. This 1 minute lows above the fair value gap. The trade would have been something like this. It would have been a break even. Reason being, we take this high and we still haven't inversed the 5 minute. Yeah, so if you see how this 5 minute closes, we did not inverse the 5 minute. I think even 3 minute was resisting, and this would have been a break even trade. But yeah, taking the dumb trade was really bad. So now, since you saw the trade and you saw how idiotic it was actually, and it was not at all ideal. All of the confluences were stacked against me, and it was obvious that we are going to probably going to trap a lot of traders before the entry was presented, and you saw the 1 minute entry too, which was presented on the chart later on, and I missed that. Now I want to talk about what my routine looks like, my daily routine looks like before the trading session versus what it looked like today, and what were the differences. Basically, I was not in my correct headspace. I was not focused. I was not ready exactly to trade today. 2 hours approximately before the trading session, I kind of look at the markets around at 5 p.m. IST, because the markets open at 7 p.m. IST. I kind of look at the markets. I determine the bias before the market opens, and around 6 p.m. IST, I meditate. I play a little bit of chess before. I love chess, so I play a little bit of chess. I make coffee. I sit on the charts like 15-20 minutes before the session. I probably read some book, watch some good podcast or some good educational YouTube video. This is how my usual day looks like before the trading session. But today, I was at some work. I was at some personal work, and I reached home at 6:45 p.m. 15 minutes before the session, and I was driving. I was stuck in traffic for almost 20-25 minutes. It was raining outside heavily. Desk was a mess. I made a coffee for myself, and by the time I actually analyzed the charts, it was 6:55 p.m. And then I proceed to take a loss in the next 15 minutes. So it's a direct correlation. When you are not in the right headspace, you are going to make mistakes. I was not focused, I was not ready, and I was not ready for the market movements. My mind was running. This is what trading is, right? Trading is, you make a mistake, you identify the mistake, you journal the mistake, and you try to never repeat it again. That is what trading is. And today I learned the lesson, and of course I'm going to implement some rules that I do not repeat these mistakes again. I just closed the charts, I went away from my laptop, and then I came back and I told myself I shouldn't trade now. Like, I'm not in the correct headspace, I'm not feeling that focused, so I should just step away. If I was a beginner trader at that point, maybe I would have taken another trade. Maybe I would have over leveraged and taken a loss, maybe even blown the account. I have that sense that I need to walk away at this point. Of course, I made a mistake. That's why I am not profitable yet. These are the things that are actually holding me back. But the lesson was learned, and we try to be better every day. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.